Okay guys, welcome back to another episode of G.SWIFTS Garage. Yeah, we're dropping another one. Wow, look at the day. Beautiful. Not too hot, bit of a breeze. That's nice. What are we up to today? Beautiful riding weather. Shall we go for a ride on the bike? Bike's all ready to go. Or shall we do some work on the Dodge? I think we better do some work on the Dodge. It won't get done by itself. Okay, so a couple of days ago I cleaned this wheelhouse up, took it all back to bare metal, cleaned it all up, and yeah, that was a dreaded job, but got it done. Came across a few issues though. There used to be a couple of brackets here, that side and this side, that had the emissions canister used to sit behind there, and you can see there's a bit of surface rust and the brackets were rusty, so I've cut those out and I'm going to patch those up today. A couple of little bits along here, plate those up, and should be all good. Get that primed and painted. That'll be that wheelhouse done, and then we can look at chucking the diff back in and getting her rolling again. So that's the plan today, get these rust patches done. So I got this wheelhouse all welded up, all the patches in there. Pretty hard to see because I've grinded them down. So everything's welded up in there, and I've treated it with rust converter, all that surface rust. So now I'm just gonna give it a quick wire brush and then prime it. Wait for the primer to dry and then yeah, hit it with the black epoxy. Okay, so got this wheelhouse all primed and painted. Couple of thick coats on there. Got a few nasty runs. Well, that's all good because it's going to get rock guarded or under sealed, whatever you call it. So now we'll let that dry overnight, and I'm going to get stuck into putting this diff back in and getting it rolling again so I can move it around. So that'll be good. So I'll bring you guys in through the job of putting the diff back in and let you see how I'm getting on. Hey guys, so just getting ready to put these spring eye bushes in. I've done one side. It's not too bad to do, like they're not really a tight bush. So I just used a bit of WD-40 that'll help with them not rusting in the future. They were real prick to get out, but they're not too hard to put in. Hopefully this one should go in with no dramas. It's pretty hard because I've got no one to help me. Trying to do this for myself and work the camera. It's not straight, but she's going in. Bit more slippery stuff. Yeah, I've got the door halfway down because it's bloody, it's bright as outside and hot. That should be about it. Shit falling everywhere. See, that bushes in, if you can. Might just go for a smidgen more to even it up. Got these 2 springs all ready to go in the car. Just put a bit of little bit of anti-seize around those rubbers, just so they won't squeak. Nothing worse than squeaky cars. Yeah, so we're close to putting this diff in, but I'm going to wait till one of the son-in-laws get home from work, come over and give me a hand to lift this beast in the car, or lift it to one of these jacks or this motorcycle jack. Might put it on there so I can wheel it under. So yeah, wait for the son-in-law and get back to you. So the son-in-law just left. Yeah, gave me a hand to lift this diff onto this motorcycle jack. So much appreciated to him. Yeah, so gonna stick the spring brackets on and hangers, get those mounted in the car, and then sit the diff on the springs, and we'll try and get that done before it gets too dark. Well guys, we came to a screaming halt last night while installing this diff. Yeah, had a bit of a hiccup. Got these U-bolt plates, location plates or whatever they are, and they must have had rubber isolating pads that sit on top. See how big that hole is. It's supposed to locate on this pin here to keep it from moving around, and because that hole in the plate is so big, it can move around without that rubber isolating pad or insulation pad. Yeah. So it's not like I can go down to the Wreckers or the corner parts place and get some. So I'm going to have to do some Kiwi engineering. So what I'm going to do is weld some washers in here. See how that makes that hole a lot smaller, and should go on that locating pin nice and firm so it won't move around. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. Got to do a bit of engineering today, weld those washers in and see how they fit. So just grinded up these washers. I had to grind the outsides down a little bit, shaved it down on the bench grinder just so they'll sit down in those holes, so the weld will be nice and flush and a nice flat surface, not bulging up. Yeah, clean that up so we get a nice clean weld. So yeah, just going to buzz these up now. So that's her all welded up. Should be strong enough weld. Let's get the old flapper disc on the grinder, give it a clean up. It should be nice and flush. A bit of black paint and we'll try and get them back on the diff. Okay guys, so next dilemma in the never-ending diff installation is these are the new shocks, and these are the top mounting bolts. You can see how much play is in those rubbers. There's supposed to be a metal sleeve in there and I don't have them. I don't know what I did with them. I might have thrown them out with the old shocks. Not sure, but I can't find any. So I sent the missus to the engineering shop to see if they had any pipe that I can use for bushing or sleeve. And yeah, they didn't have anything. They reckon come back Monday. Yeah, well it's Saturday today. I can't wait around, so I couldn't find anything at Bunnings. So what I've come up with, a bit more Kiwi engineering, is an old little jack handle, just a bit of pipe tube, and it roughly fits into that rubber and takes up the slack on the bolt. So that'll work as a sleeve. It's slightly too big. So I've cut that one already to length. So what I'm going to do now, because it's slightly a bit too big, a bit too tight, I'm going to put a relief cut through it. Already done this one. Put a relief cut through there and gave it a tap with the hammer to close it up. Now that'll go in there. Nice snug fit. Plus the slack of the bolt. So that should work. So what I'm doing now is I'm just doing this, I only need 2 for the top 2 mounting bolts. So I'm just going to put a relief cut in this tube here, or bushing. Nice handy little vise this. Just bolts up onto any table or bit of wood or something. Chuck my earmuffs on. Yeah, so I'm just going to put a relief cut in this second bushing. So you can see there, given it that relief cut. So I'm just going to give it a tap on the ground with the hammer, and that should close that gap up. So the gap's closed up and should be a nice fit in the shop. See, that fits nice. So now I've got my crush sleeve, I suppose you could call it, or bushing, made out of a bit of a jack handle, bit of pipe. Yeah, sometimes you got to do what you got to do with what you got. So I'll get that finished off, and then we'll install these shocks. So those sleeves worked out good for the shocks. Went in there perfect. So that was good. Shocks all installed. So just whacking the wheels back on and can drop her back on the ground. You can see here a lot of work to bloody clean up under here. Hopefully when I wire brush all that stuff, it's not going to be any rust holes in there, or there'll be more welding. Yeah, so just going to whack these wheels back on, and then we can drop her on the ground and finally get to move her around again. eventually want to go to a 15 by 10 rim, same style rim but 15 by 10 on the back. Should get a 295 under here pretty easy. Shitloads of room under these wheel tubs for wheel houses. Okay, so that's the wheels back in. And we're going to drop her down. Got to leave that rag under there because the pinion seal needs changing. It's got a bit of a drip. So I'll leave that rag in there. Just wondering if this jack will go high enough. Might grab a block actually. Get rid of these axle stands. Hey boy, close the door. Got your crooks. Very cool. Down she comes. Yeah. Dun dun, fail. Block's too high. Okay, that's the standard ride height. She's as high as a kite. Had to measure up. So that's 76 centimeters on that side. And just a smidge over 76 or under 76 on this side, so pretty much even, which is the main thing. I've got to keep it standard height so when I take it in for engineering and registration, it's all got to be standard stuff, so I can't put lowering blocks in there or lower the springs or anything. Yeah, so that's going to be it for the video. Good to have her back on her wheels and rolling. Rolls quite easy, so that's good. I can push it in and out of the shed. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe, all that good stuff. Push the notifications bell so you know when the next video is coming out. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe. It's all free, so it costs you nothing. And I'm going to have a beer anyway. It's beer o'clock. So cheers everyone, and catch you guys on the next video. Ka kite guys.